reasons now to keep my burdens left behind. I did not know what it would bring. Now I'm capable of everything.
Good morning, dreamers. So today is the 22nd. Actually, today's the 23rd, but I forgot to open this yesterday. Anyhow, for the 22nd, we have Earl Grey honey black tea. And now I'm going to open the 23rd. So for the 23rd, we have apple chai black tea. I think that's the one that I'm going to drink for today. We only have one more left. I think today's the 23rd. Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Monday, December 23rd.
Yep.
I can get the day started with motivation.
So I only have one more to open tomorrow. Anyhow, I don't know what I'm getting into today. Today is the 23rd. I may go buy 2x4s. I'm going to go look at my bank balance and see if I can make it work, because not only do I want to finish the chicken coop, but I also need 2x4s for a bathroom wall. So I'm going to look at my bank account and see what I can swing for this month. It was supposed to rain all day today, and then I looked at the forecast and it's not going to rain until 4 o'clock. So I might be able to get some stuff done. I don't know if I'm going to work on the chicken coop today, but I can at least go pick up the wood. Maybe. We'll see. I don't have a plan. I'm just going to kind of, I'm a Pisces. I'm going to go with the flow. See whatever today brings along. So I will take you guys along with me, whatever I do. Hey y'all, I got wood. Hopefully this is enough wood to finish off the chicken coop, and maybe leftovers to build a wall in the bathroom, but we'll see. And I'm not going to work on any of this today because rains are coming. It's like 1 o'clock now, and I only got 2 hours before the rains get here, so I'm just going to get it unloaded. Maybe. Golly, really? If I can get it untied. These are the heavy ones. You gonna help me unload these? No, I don't think so. Hey there, dreamers. So today's actually the 23rd. You guys will see this. I'm not sure when you'll see it. I'm like so mixed up on dates right now. But anyhow, I figured I would come out and record this now before it starts raining, because once it starts raining, it would be hard for me to talk over the rain on a metal roof. But a lot of you guys have mentioned how big this chicken coop is. And yes, it's big. It is actually 8 foot by 8 foot. Actually 8 foot by 8 foot 4. And it's 80 inches tall plus another 18 inches, I think, for the higher wall. And so a lot of you guys have said it's too big, yada yada. But my thought when building this was I don't want to have to build other stuff for chickens later. So I wanted to do it all at once and get it done and be set up before I get chickens here. Let me explain. So in Washington, we built a chicken coop half this size. It was the same, I think that one was 9 foot by 8 foot, but it was only one pallet high, and then we did a peaked roof off of that, and my sister and I couldn't walk inside it to clean it, and we had nowhere to store food. And when the chickens went broody and had babies, we had no place to separate the mama from the flock and the babies from the flock. We had no place to quarantine chickens, none of that stuff. So my thought going into this was I wanted to build it and build it once. So let me explain what I think I'm going to do. It may change though, so that's part of the reason why I haven't shared it all with you guys. Because now I'm rethinking it and I might change it up some. But here we go. So you'll come in the front door. It's going to be hard for me to video this in here because it's such a small area. But you'll come in the front door. And this half, about 4 foot by 8 foot, immediately when you walk in the door is going to be like a shed area, a place to store their food, their treats, anything that I need for chickens will be stored inside this building here. So I won't have to worry about taking up space in my shop or in my house or in my shed or anything like that. It'll all be out here for the birds. And then on this side, again, this is going to be hard for me to show you guys because this camera wants to zoom so far in. Let's see. So, to the left of the door, and that's as much as I can zoom out, but I will have a shelf that is 4 foot high, and it'll be 4 foot by 8 foot deep. I initially planned to have this top section, the upper 4 foot by 8 foot area, as the chicken coop. I'm rethinking that now though, because I was going to have the chicken coop on the top, and then on the bottom I was going to divide it in 2 sections, and one section would be for a brooder for baby chicks or what have you. The other section could be used for if I have to quarantine a hen, or if I have, another broody mama or whatever. I can have 2 different spaces to quarantine them or keep them away from the normal flock, but they'd still have room, what have you. So here's my dilemma, because if oh my goodness, the legs on this tripod is what the issue is. They're so wide. Let's see if I can fix this. Make it easier to explain. So if I put the regular flock up high, it's actually like a 5 foot drop outside that they'd have to go down a ladder 5 feet to get to their run. But then when I do their nesting boxes, which will be right here next to the door, it would be floor level for them for the nesting boxes, and it would be right at the height for me to just come out here, get the eggs out of the back. No big deal. If I put the hens on the bottom, then when I come outside, the nesting box is going to be a lot lower. So not that big of an issue. I mean, they don't have to have the nesting boxes right on the floor, so I could put them up, higher, and then it'll still be a much lower box for me outside. But yeah, there's that. And but anyhow, on the inside, when you walk in here, I plan to have all of this whole wall that's going to be in the middle will be hardware cloth. So there will be big doors that swing open that'll be made of hardware cloth. All around it'll be hardware cloth. So a lot of you guys have mentioned ventilation. This whole pony wall on the top is going to be it's going to be hardware cloth. These ends will probably be closed in for the most part, mainly because my wind comes from the north, which is that direction, and I don't want a really cold wind blowing right through here, especially if the birds are going to be roosting up higher, in their little 4-foot. They'll have a 4-foot high coop either way, but if they're, up in here, I don't want the excuse me, I don't want that wind blowing through here. Oh my goodness, I'm just going to cough through this. So I hope that explains it. Let me step outside and maybe I could show you without having to take this tarp down, because it's going to start raining any minute. Okay, so the left 4-foot by 8-foot upper half, I'm planning on the coop. Lower half, it'll be divided into a couple sections. Maybe in the center it will, I don't know that there'll be 4-foot by 4-foot coops on the bottom. Maybe there'll be 4-foot by 3-foot coops or something, and I'll leave a space in between them for storage. But that's the plan down there. And then windows, I have 4 windows. Actually, I have more than that, but I'm only going to put 4 windows in. Maybe only 3. I'm going to have one right inside, right next to the door in the front. And then I have the 2 smaller windows. And I'm thinking one on this back wall where the wind doesn't come through so cold. And then one on the chicken coop wall. I still don't know that I want to put one on this north wall, because we get so much wind and cold air that I don't think that would be good for them. They'll get plenty of air from other spaces. So anyhow, but that is, let me get back in here and face the camera so you all can see me. But that is why I decided on a bigger coop. I just figured if I was going to get out here and do this project, I could have thrown together, 4 pallets and put a makeshift roof on it and called it a chicken coop. But I wanted to do it one time and not have to redo it again and again, or, build brooders and have the brooders off in a different area or whatever. This is still close enough to my shop that if I decide I want electricity out here, I could run a power cord. Or I could run conduit and run an outlet out here. But I don't imagine that I'm going to need power out here. If I need power for anything, it'll be for a heater a couple times in the winter for their waterer. But I just can't imagine needing power out here. I never needed it on the coop in northern Washington. So I can't imagine needing it in Arkansas. But there's that. I mean, there will be a couple times a year that their water freezes and I'll have to get water from the house and bring it out to them. No big deal. Other than that, I'm trying to think of what other questions people had asked. I know you guys had mentioned using metal on the front. And I think I explained that in the other video, that metal can be used for roofs. So I want to hang on to that material and use it for roofs, because I need more covered areas out here. And let's see what else. Trying to think of what other questions. I know you guys have mentioned hardware cloth around the bottom. There will definitely be hardware cloth 1 foot out and all the way around their run. I have some chicken wire, but I'm not really a fan of chicken wire, so I'm sure I could use it in some areas if I need to, but I have a whole roll of hardware cloth, so there should be plenty of hardware cloth. Plus I bought that other spare stuff. I'm trying to think of what else you guys have mentioned. But my plan for the outside run for now is to just use pallets, whole pallets, and do a fence with the whole pallets, and then run hardware cloth or maybe that chicken wire along that so that they can't get out. but it's not really going to be one of those runs where I'm trying to keep predators out. The inside of the chicken coop will be secure for them. I do have cameras that alert me to my phone if they, detect movement. So hopefully I can get out here and take care of whatever predator or whatever is out here if that happens. And golly, you guys have given me so many suggestions, and a lot of them, I know a lot of you don't know that I had chickens many, many times in my life. And so I do know a lot about chickens, like, the predator proofing the fence and stuff like that. I'll be putting the hardware cloth around the outside of the coop as well. Trying to think of what else you guys have asked, and I should have made a list before I did this video, but anyhow, but those are my thoughts on it. I plan on fully enclosing, I think I already said, these areas up here because of that wind. At least on this side. I don't know, maybe I can keep it open on the other side, put hardware cloth up there. But where the northern wind comes in, I want to block that off from that cold breeze in the winter. Oh, and then clean outdoors. I know people have mentioned clean outdoors. I'm not going to have clean outdoors on the outside because the wall that's going to be in here will have big doors that are also hardware cloth. So I could just bring a wheelbarrow in here, clean out the coops, and then wheel it back out. So, and the, you guys have mentioned the deep litter. Definitely doing deep litter. You guys have mentioned vinyl. I'm definitely going to do vinyl on the floor as soon as I can find some. So they may not have vinyl on the floor to begin with, but eventually I will have vinyl on the floor. What else? I think that's it. If you guys have any other suggestions, let me know. I do plan on having a solar light outside that's motion censored. And not only for me when I'm coming into the coop, but if, there's any predators out here, maybe it'll help scare them away. I do plan on an automatic chicken door. I'm trying to think of what else. I can't think right now. But I think that's it for now. That's all I can think of. I got the wood to do the front here. I'm going to try and use up all these little chunks of cedar to close off the front of it. I think it'll look kind of cool if I can pull it off. But I want to put the window in first, which is the reason why I went to go get the 2x4s. That way I can frame in the window, and then I only have to piece around the window on the upper part. But can't think of anything else. I'll be building my own door. I bought fence pickets for that today and 2x4s, so I'm just going to build like a gate kind of door. But I can't do any of that until after this rain passes, and it looks like we got like 5 days of rain coming. So, and then we have a cold snap coming right afterwards. So we might have ice afterwards, and I might not be able to get out here and work on it. But for now, it's pretty well. When I came in here, I had to fight my way in through the tarp, and yeah, it's pretty well closed in. So at least the floors are hopefully protected for now. Anyhow, I'm going to end it here. But if you guys, like I said, if you have any more suggestions, put it in the comments below, because if it's something else that I want to incorporate out here, then I want to do it while I'm building it. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas, and I will see you on the next one.
I have found my reasons now to keep my burdens left behind. I did not know what it would bring. Now I'm capable of everything.